I guess that'll work. There's one. There's three. Dylan, what's going on? Jason, what's up? Are you sure you was first? JJ, Eddie. I'm chilling out. Just had some barbecue for dinner. What up, Jeff? I'm about over this cold, I think. Oh, hell, I forgot to take my meds after I ate. Y'all didn't remind me. I like that. 6 thumbs up and 5 people. Jason probably hit it twice and didn't even realize it. He liked that. Alright, what's the deal here? Come on out of there. Grandma sabotaging my pills. I'll take those 2 now too, my bedtimes. Oh. Oh. Y'all watch out, Jim Dunn's in the house. Right, Nomad? What the hell are you doing on there? You should be doing some night fishing. Ah, this is just leftover barbecue from the house. Everything, huh, Jay? I understand. I've had them days. Where are you running to in Texas there, Jim? Oh, goodness. Well, I'm back over here at Ty, Texas, Abilene. This is where I was the other night with the Huddle House. Oh, what the heck? What, you saying you don't like mine and Grandma's barbecue? No, man, why are you waiting? Hell, you should be fishing now. How you gonna make me videos if you ain't out fishing? You gotta catch them to cook them. Well, you could go to the store. TC, what's up? Well, actually, I've made videos about the per diem. I do not believe you should allow a company to take per diem out of your paycheck. Per diem is what the government allows you as an expense out here. If you allow the company to do the per diem, then they're not paying the taxes that they owe on that portion of your money, which can add up to a pretty good amount. Oh, the government allows you like 60 bucks, 65 bucks a day now, somewhere in there. So if you figure that just times 5 days, that's 60 bucks, that's $300 that they're not paying their fair share of taxes on, which does add up. Now you also need to take into consideration that that's Social Security as well, so they're not paying into your Social Security. I don't like companies taking out per diem. you go ahead and pay your fair share of taxes, Mr. Company, and at the end of the year, each one of us can do our own per diem. So that's just how I look at it. Ah, been there. Yep, they're in the back. 300 of them. Actually, that ain't true. I think they said 287, but they wrote 300 on the bills. Diesel Dog, what's up? Got a question for you, Diesel. I got a friend that's looking at a truck. Got, what is it, a C15 in it. Trying to find out the true miles. The owner of the truck died. One source is saying it's 750,000 miles, 700 and something. Another source is saying it's 1,700,000 and something. How good do them cats take a rebuild? If it is pushing that 2 million, how good are they at taking a rebuild? If that makes sense to you. And what's the chances of it really needing a rebuild at 750,000? I heard it run. It sounds pretty good. Are you now? How expensive is it? I was told $10,000 for an end frame and around $30,000 for a good rebuild. And that was by a Peterbilt dealer. Well, I wasn't told that. The other guy was. So, but he told me. I told him I figured it wasn't a big deal to rebuild it, that there shouldn't be any issues. Okay. That's good to know. He is one of my subscribers, so I'll tell him later on to read the comments in here. Stone, what's up? I'll tell him to read the comments and see what all you have to say about it. A total rebuild being around 30,000. Do you have a clue? I know you're a mechanic, but well, see, now this one ain't gonna have a lot of idle time. It's a big old stretched out condominium on there, an apartment that has its own generator. All right, Nomad, enjoy them days off, brother. Y'all are seeing, he's telling you hit the like button. You get bored, you can holler at me. $24,000, is that a total rebuild? And when they say that, I don't know if they're talking about just all the inner workings or if they're talking about literally new starter and alternator and all that nonsense. I don't know what they mean when they said the big build. Let's see, he had been told 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000. So, and I ain't sure what them prices included. And they didn't go into any details with him, just told him an end frame was around 10. How long something like that take? Hey Carlos, what's up? See, you might get stick around this time. How long does it take you to rebuild one of them big old cats? See, now that's something else. They was also told, really? How much is an end frame? All right, about a week? Okay. Now back in the day, I played around with a few car motors, and we used to have MagnaFlux and all that. Do you actually do that stuff on these big old diesel motors? Have the heads ground or any of that stuff? Alright, TC. Get you some sleep, man. Not a problem. 24 with labor, we get the platinum. Straight from Cat. Okay. Wow, even the heads and stuff, that surprised me. So basically, you're keeping the block and building it up from there. Probably honing out the pistons, I assume. See, it's good to have a mechanic on here. Well, that was the Peterbilt dealer in Houston that told him that. Rush down there. But see, I don't even know truly what end frame is, so you know. I just know I've heard it a lot over the years. Good point there, Jason. But they are a certified Peterbilt place. I doubt it, JJ. I'm way over here by Abilene and heading towards Oklahoma. Okay. So that around 30 is not out of the ballpark. What would a remanned engine cost if a fella just decided to swap out engines? Where are you at, Jason? Yeah, he just left PA. I don't think he wants to go back up there. He left there for a reason. Well, I'm just trying to get a little information for him. Wow, really? That's amazing. Some pricey stuff there. Uh-huh. Well, see, they're trying to find out the true mileage on it now. He told them that he wanted to get an ECM reading off of it, a printout, and wanted to know that it was the original ECM with the truck, which we all know those things do go out. So right now it's a big debate on how many real miles is on it. Yeah, but how costly would it be to get in there to look at the main bearing? Is that a simple project? Okay. Damn it, Barrett for dinner. Alright, I'll let him know that. Well, like I said, I'm going to tell him to watch this and read the comments. because that's something good to know. They thought they had a good deal on it until he found out this other thing about the mileage, and then he put the woes on it. So the people that inherited and trying to sell it, they're trying to get some answers. So, and I appreciate the information, man. That's cool. He had looked up that C15, and the only complaints he found about it was they was saying he needed to run cat filters, or people had complained about it starving for fuel, and said the only solution they found was to run the cat filters on it. Have you heard of any bad on it? Oh, is it now? Okay. Well, that's good to know too. See, the old Detroit 60 series was one of my favorites. Oh, I don't know. My boss buys them in groups of 5 and 10. But a truck like this, I'll guess, runs around 150,000, 170,000. That's just a wild guess. But they've been running that for a long time. Money maker for you or for the driver? Is it something he should shy away from? Okay. That's good to know. Just clarifying. I didn't want you saying you liked them because you had to work on them all the time. We don't want a damn old come apart. Yeah, you really don't even hear about no come aparts anymore. Okay. In other words, it's field tested. I don't know if it has a hub reader on there or not. Yeah, I hear you. All right, good. That's good to know. Oh, me, oh my. Got a lot of lightning over there. I don't know if it's heat lightning or if we got a little storm coming across. Skies have been all pretty today. Now there's some clouds over there with it. We might have a little squall fixing to blow through. My hands are hurting me bad tonight. I need some, what was it they said the other night? 2 grumpy old men? Oh, me? Hell, I ain't got a clue, man. I got more than 100. I'm well over 25 years out here, and I've run hard all of them. I probably average 130,000 plus miles a year, and that's probably underestimating. In the beginning, I ran some miles. I really couldn't tell you. Some I just never have kept track of. But I imagine I got at least 100,000 under my belt. Hell, over here running legal with this company with these ELDs is about the slowest I've ever ran in my life. Plus I got a slow truck. It only runs 71. Sin, how's it going? Or Sean, how do you say that? How you doing, man? I'm doing a lot better. About whooped this cold, I think, knock on wood. Yeah, I've only been out here 3 weeks. And according to, oh, that's daytime. I don't want daytime. Where's my nighttime at? Oh, I guess nighttime's in the back. Bummer. Oh. And I ran hard for them 3 weeks. I get at least 500 miles a week. Oh yeah, summer coats suck. Y'all gonna have to excuse me a minute. I want to step back here into the office or into the medical room and give me some meds. One day, Stone, I might catch up with you, buddy. I had them laid out already. And so you can't see my dirty living quarters, I'm going to close the window. I'm a tightwad. I buy the Equate stuff. Oh, hell no, I ain't gonna miss it. I say that, but my dad said the same thing, but he did miss it after a little while. I don't think I will, be honest with you. The old trucking, I miss the old trucking, but this new day stuff out here, I ain't gonna miss this at all. Now, if one of y'all would win the lottery and help me retire, it would be nice. All right. I ate dinner, took my night meds, took my cold medicine. Here in a little bit, I'll be ready for bed. Yeah, you're just as dirty, I hear you. Well, thank you. Now, well, thank you, Stone. I'm going to hold you to that. $26 a mile, damn. Well, and that's what I've told people before. If you do the fancy math, hell, what I'm making here, I was making when I started. You know? And, you know, it's plumb ridiculous. Uh-huh. Jim, they're going to drug test you. You keep talking like that. Believe it or not, I've rubbed elbows with millionaires and it didn't affect me at all. Yeah, exactly, dog. If you do the math, we're making less now than we did then. Second company I ever drove for, I was making 23 cents a hub mile. And I was knocking out anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 miles a week. And I actually made more money then than I do now, if you do it according to the times. Well, JJ, that depends. You know, there's a romance to the road, as we say. That's why you've heard me saying I'm out here for the finance and not the romance. There is a romance to this road, to the trucker life. Exactly. Well, you got to get the right setting, Jason. Well, it's more than just not getting a raise, Stone. There's so much that we don't have out here. Just like minimum labor. You know, they've got minimum labor for everybody else, but we don't have it. Just like us being basically forced to work for free on some of the stuff we do. And we ain't got nobody to argue and fight or pass any laws for us. That's like this morning. I was sitting there at that silo, at that missile silo, getting loaded. And I sat there for over 4 hours. Now that's coming off of my digital clock. According to the government and that computer, I was working because it's coming off my 14 hours. But it didn't put no money in my pocket. Well, if that damn clock says I'm working, I should be getting paid. But the industry don't look at it like that. Oh, you're a driver, you get paid by the mile. That shit ain't right. Now, you do a lot of dropping hooks. Wait till you go doing them damn live loads, live unloads, and have to sit around in there at a Walmart for 5 or 6 or 8 hours and not get paid. And the detention pay's a joke if you get it. And over 75% of the time, the brokers won't pay it. So, no. Well, they're still on the books, but they don't enforce them. Exactly, so. That's why you don't hear me trying to talk people into coming into the industry. Now, I try to tell them the truth about the industry, but I don't try to talk nobody into coming into this mess. And they won't believe it until they're out here. Stone's a prime example. You know, Stone had watched my videos for a long time. He has family that's into trucking. And until he got out here and started doing it, he couldn't believe it, you know? Oh, turnover rate is skyrocketing. And if you find a company with a turnover rate below 80%, it's ridiculous. They're hard to find. Well, that's something else, dog. If you're out here long enough, you wind up having to do a 34-hour reset because of federal rules and shit. You done ran your ass off and now you're out of hours. You ain't got hours to drive. And now you're sitting somewhere for 34 hours. You're not at home and you ain't getting paid. You know? Well, my dad had a thing where he would do the math on what he was making. And now he worked for Emerson. Yeah, Emerson. And made damn good money. And got paid for, I mean, they got paid to fuel. You know, but he's done the math. And he says, if you figure from the time I leave the house till the time I get back home, he says, I'm making less than $3 an hour. Now, that's ridiculous. Damn it, 185 and 150. Yep. Well, I can understand them not paying us for our 10-hour break and stuff, but all the rest of it, once you start that electronic log right there, we should go on the clock. Yep. Well, and that's why I won't miss it. "93 degrees at 9:30 at night. Damn. Yeah, that's why I told you before, Diesel. Unless you just hate bending wrenches, busting your knuckles, hey, you're probably making more right there than I do. Well, if you can stone, that's the only way to go. That's the only way to go. Yeah, it is. Now imagine if you come down here in Texas to the oil field, oh boy. If you could put yourself together a truck, 22 an hour, damn. See, and that's something else. Now, Stone's green as grass. And you give him 2 years, he could come over to this company and start just pennies less a mile than me. I'd be making 3 or 4 cents a mile more than he would be. And with some of the companies, new hires making as much as old hire. You know, experience don't mean shit out here anymore. Oh. Y'all gonna get me going on a rant. Well, government likes that overtime for you. It sucks. How's that? Now you heard it. It's a hard life. Right? Well, the only reason I'm staying here is because I like the gig I'm running. It's hard for a driver to get a job where he's home every weekend and still be able to pay the bills. Well, that's the only way my experience is paying off for me. The old boy that owns the company, he kind of likes me. He knows I've got the experience and I don't tear stuff up, I do my job. So he forces the office to make sure I get home over the weekend. And if it wasn't for him, I guarantee you the general manager would try to jack with me. And she tried it before. That's why I've gotten mad and said, I've had enough. Then the old man steps in and says, oh, no, y'all quit jacking with him. Yep. Well, Jay, you remember that old saying, I can go broke in the house as easy as I can out here. Oh, wow. Well, don't get me wrong, I make decent money over here. And if you figure it out by the hour, I make damn good hourly wage. But if you start throwing in all the other freebies that I have to give, that chips away at it quick. Well, exactly, JJ, that's the truth. And that ain't me stroking myself, that's the truth. My record speaks for itself. I'm one of them drivers, they give me the load and I go away. I go do my job. Don't need a babysitter. If there's issues, I'll call. If I don't call, leave me alone. Well, they're already having issues over here now that he's trying to grow like he is. And out of the 3 drivers that I got him, only 2 of them are left. Or, I'm sorry, only 1 of them are left. 2 of them are gone. Squeaky brakes. Oh, goodness. All right, folks, help me carry this on now. Let's hear some chatter. Or read some chatter. All right, man, appreciate you coming in. Thanks for stopping. Sleep tight. Or loose, however you like to sleep, but enjoy it. Won't be too terribly long. I'll be calling it a night. Oh, goodness, don't start to yawning. I'll put everybody to sleep. No, it's just gonna get worse. It's just like the government with all their race and class baiting that they do. They try to keep us at each other and not let us unite. It's the same thing in the trucking industry. They don't want us to unite. If the drivers would understand that that's what the problem is, and we would reunite like they did in the 70s on that strike, then we could get some attention. Right now, cell phones and everything else, people don't talk on the CB, they don't talk in the truck stops. You'll never get all these drivers to unite. Then you got these big mega company drivers that can't afford to shut out for 2 or 3 days. So now it's going to just steadily get worse. And they're already talking about letting 18-year-olds drive over the road. Are you kidding me? They don't even hardly know, well, some of them don't even know how to dress. They don't even know how to pull their pants up. And yet they're going to put them in an 80,000-pound rig and send them out across the country. There's a lot of them that don't speak English. I don't see it being turned around, dog. I mean, I really don't. For it to turn around, we've got to unite. And that ain't going to happen. It ain't happened. It didn't happen when we did have all the CB going and we communicated. It damn sure ain't going to happen now. And then on top of it, you'd have to have somebody up there in D.C. trying to politic for us. And the big companies and all that, that's like ATA, American Truckers Association, they're really not truck drivers' friend. A lot of these truck drivers think they are. They're not. They're the company's friend. You know, the mega companies and ATA and a bunch of them, they're the ones with the money that can pay these people go to D.C. and bribe people. Driver don't stand a chance. We got the OOIDA, they're trying. So, but they can only do so much. Now mine's broke right now. It did work, but it broke. Yep, that's what we've said for years. Those that's making the laws ain't got a clue. And the only clue they have, once again, comes from the companies, the big companies. You know, that's like they're talking about turning all the trucks down to like 60 to 65 mile an hour. And they were trying to quote safety. It had nothing to do with safety. What it had to do with these big mega companies that's cutting everybody's throat, lowballing the rates, bringing the rates down, and they was trying to make it a more even playing field, where the mom and pops out here that had the large cars that can make stuff happen. You know, companies like Swift, there's several of my people that they won't even consider Swift because they've done proved that they can't do what they want to do, you know. Lazy Boy being one of them. You know, Lazy Boys done had them big companies come in there, make all these promises. They bring trailers in there and drop trailers. Lazy Boy loads them. This stuff needs to go out. And here it's still sitting there 2 weeks later while this major company's waiting to figure out who they can put over there. No. It's those companies that was trying to bring the wages or the speed down to level the playing field to give them a better chance. Well, it's real simple. Speed your damn trucks up and get your act together. Well, I can't say that over here. Because the owner of this company, he used to drive. Him and his family literally started this company with their butts in the seats. Now, that was a long time ago, but he still remembers. The problem is, his niece that he's hired in to be the general manager, she ain't never drove. She ain't got a clue. 2 of our dispatchers have drove, and 2 have not. That's another big problem you get. That's what Nomad and Stone both have ran into. Their dispatchers ain't got a clue. You know, they're some college kid. They know computers. And the computer says you can do this. Well, what happened? The computer said you can do it. I've had to literally tell my people in the office, hey, I need to get y'all new computers. General manager said, what do you mean? I said, my 70-mile-an-hour truck can't keep up with your 100-mile-an-hour computer. You either got to speed my truck up or slow your computer down. This ain't working. She got my point. So, and years ago, that used to be a 100-mile-an-hour pencil. Now it's a 100-mile-an-hour computer. Imagine that. Uh-oh. In this day and age, Jay, you'll pay tolls. You try going around them toll roads and you're going to get in such a damn bottleneck, you wouldn't believe it. It's worth the money to take the toll road. Well, I like Jim Dunn. His company won't let him take tolls unless they absolutely got to. I'm like, really? But to them, it saves them money because that driver's time don't mean nothing to them. It don't matter to them if going down 35 and you got to go through Austin all the way down to San Antonio. That can be a 3 to 4 hour drive, 2 hours if you're lucky. But if you take the toll road and go around, you can skirt right on around it. Well, they don't want them to go around. Really? Saves them the toll money. It's costing the driver time. That ain't nothing out of their pocket. Kind of chicken shit to me, but you know. Yep. Actually, I think it's getting out of Jersey. You got to pay the tolls. I think they let you in for free, but they won't charge you to leave. That's how it used to be. Huh. I'll be damned. It figures. Damn, that helicopter was flying low. He's somewhere in the Buckeye State. Oh, well, folks, I'm fixing to call it a night. I got to get up in the morning. Got to make some miles. I ain't sure how many, but are you stop, Stone, or y'all rocking? And if you're driving, I hope it's your teammate driving.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
488 miles to my delivery. But they don't know yet if I'm going to the yard or if I'm going to deliver Friday. You give your co-driver my message. Folks, I appreciate y'all dropping in. Thank you, thank you. Remember, go to the About page and scroll to the bottom. You can find all kinds of goodies down there. If you're not a member of the Facebook page, there's a link over there to it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I should make it home. So, I always assume I'll make it home. We'll see. It is trucking. But thanks for stopping in, folks. Remember, the good Lord loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a blessed day now. Good night.